Hi, my name is Talia Jackson, and I decided to do my presentation on KSAA, which is Kids as Self Advocates. I picked KSAA because it's a national project created by youth with disabilities for other youth. These teens and young adults with disabilities speak out and advocate for themselves and provide information and support when needed. This information increases knowledge in various issues on topics like around the world, like for instance, the low amount of accessibility when going into grocery stores or restaurants or things that go on in the world. Maybe there's a certain topic that they feel strongly about and they feel against or for that they talk about with the community. And at first, when picking something to do a presentation on, I knew I wanted to do something with kids because I love kids. Like, I work at a daycare and I work for TPS in the school system for kids. So I feel really strongly about kids of all aspects of life, all walks of life. So that's another reason why I decided to pick KSAA, because it's children speaking up for themselves. And, I feel like some of the most powerful messages and lessons come from children because they're so innocent, yet they know so much and they're so powerful with what they say. So if you really want to know how somebody feels, or if you really want a straight answer, ask a child. They tend to not lie when it comes to their feelings or when they like and dislike something. These youth in this disability activist group, they are leaders in the community who help healthcare professionals, policymakers, and other adults in the community understand what it is like to live their lives, which leads to open discussions about helping each other succeed. So not only do these kids advocate for themselves and kind of come together as their own community, they go out into the community and talk to whoever, whether it be police officers, firefighters, EMT, teachers, doctors, nurses, and they explain to them what their struggles are, and then they ask what maybe the struggles of a doctor is in order to better understand how we all have struggles and how we can all accommodate each other. So if I have something to give you that will help you succeed, then I'm going to take that, and I want you to do the same for me. So that's kind of what they do, which is a really great thing, especially coming from children. Not saying children aren't capable of doing wonderful things, but it's kind of like intimidating for a child to kind of stand up to adults, and especially like a doctor or a lawyer or a police officer. But these kids are doing it, so go them. It's important for us to know about them because this may be a resource for other youth. Like, say you may know a child with Down syndrome or autism, which is classified by today's society as a disability. So instead of like trying to get that child to understand your view, and maybe me as an able-bodied person, I can't give them the confidence that they need, or I can't give them everything that they need because we are different. I can provide them with some things, but because I'm able-bodied, I can't necessarily know what they go through on a daily basis or live like. So letting them know about KSA might be a very helpful tool for them. They might find a sense of belonging. They might find a culture that, they can go in and be their own. This can help build confidence. They can learn to advocate for themselves. And once again, they find a group that they belong to where they can feel comfortable. They can be themselves. They could try new things. They could try things that maybe they wouldn't have tried being around me or other people that aren't like them. Everybody feels comfortable when they are around people like them. That's just known. That's a common thing. Everybody has their own culture, and everybody has something that they feel comfortable and belong to. So this may be a resource for somebody who has a disability and necessarily doesn't have the confidence that they deserve. It's also important because it can help able-bodied people be more educated on disabilities as far as language, appropriate language, courtesies, and their daily struggles due to society's way of thinking and accessibility. So being an able-bodied person, you definitely don't know the struggles that people with disabilities go through. So this can definitely be a resourceful way of understanding. And a big thing is the appropriate language. Some people don't know what you should and what you shouldn't say around people with disabilities. There's definitely a lot of words and terms that have been used back in the day and maybe even now that is very offensive, just like any other culture has very offensive terms used. So we need to learn to stay away from them in proper courtesies. This relates to the course because disability culture and activism is such an important aspect of society, yet it is not talked about enough. And it's something people don't know because of not being exposed to it. So if you don't know something because you've never been exposed to it, there's no way that you know what's going on or what to do and what not to do. So having something that you can be exposed to and that's open to bringing you in is definitely a helpful way for everybody to be educated on disability and disability culture. Also, in order for a change to be made, society's way of thinking has to be advanced and opened up. So this is a way for us to open up our thinking and see that, you know what, as much as we are different, we're alike. We're all people. We all have pros, cons about us. We all have flaws. We all have likes and dislikes. We all might like the same food. We might all like pizza. That might be something we have in common, which that can open up a whole conversation. And you could be friends with somebody you never thought you would be friends with due to a difference. So that opens up our eyes and our understanding of what disability is. And this helps educate on everybody's culture. You may not know about African American culture because you've never been exposed to African American culture or introduced to somebody who is of African American culture. So I might bring you in and help you understand. Same thing with disability culture. Somebody's opening up their doors and you need to educate yourself. This should be shared with the world and everybody can learn something new. Somebody within disability culture can also teach me something. They can teach me something that I've never been taught because of society's way of thinking. We're so one-sided. We're so focused on this is the right way and this is the wrong way when there is no wrong or right way. You know, everybody lives their life different. So, I am excited to see what everybody else's presentation's on, but you should definitely give kids as self-advocates a look at. They have a website.